What is up, Watch fam, and welcome to Liquor Run. I am Christian from Theo and Harris, and this is
Rolly
from Theo and Harris. And on Fridays we talk wine, right?
We talk wine.
The rest of the week is watches, but on Friday we kick back, do a little wine, value props, kind of like bang per buck. So what do we have today?
Today, I'm happy to tell your fans that we're going to be drinking a little sparkling wine.
Sparkling wine.
Some Prosecco in
Cool,
particular.
Italian. Before we get into it, though, a quick wristwatch check like we always do. I am wearing the Gabriel Tribeca, right, which is a blatant, it's a carbon copy of the Rolex Paul Newman 6263 with a black dial, which is super rare. This watch, I mean, did you wear it? Have you worn this before?
I wore it, and I love the push pins on this watch.
The screw downs. Oh my God, this watch is really ridiculous.
Gorgeous.
What do you have on?
I've got my
I love the
gold
strap,
Datejust with a suede green strap, matching the sweater.
That looks beautiful.
So yeah, I'm looking real good today.
Now, yeah, but you never really wanted to be a gold watch guy, right?
Never.
But now,
No.
now this is yours, so you enjoy it, right? I mean, it's.
I love it, especially because I can wear a different strap, like a non-gold strap.
You get to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Would you wear it on a gold band?
Perhaps. It depends.
You have to a little older, a little more
Sure.
hairy-chested, maybe
a little fatter.
Yeah, a little fatter, and then start walking around with the gold watch. All right, let's get into
Let's
the
do it. So this is northeastern Italy in the Veneto region. Venice, gondolas,
Yep.
cicchetti, the little snack, right?
Little ombra.
Right.
Would that be you're drinking this with cicchetti during the day, or is this a nighttime thing? I mean,
It's an aperitif. You can have it during the day. You can have it any time
really
of the day.
any time of the day. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It has the whole champagne thing going, but this is obviously
Yeah.
not champagne, it's not French.
This
it's
is
Italian.
this is a sparkling wine. It's a great
Okay.
question.
So tell everyone the
So-
whole champagne sparkling wine thing.
So sparkling wine can be really categorized into three sections. You have champagne, you've got Prosecco, and you've got cava.
Right, Spain.
So from Spain, champagne can only be called champagne in champagne.
Right, in champagne.
Okay, so and they use a different method called the méthode champenois,
Okay.
which means that the secondary fermentation of the wine is done in the bottle.
Okay.
Very different than
So now,
Prosecco.
we haven't had this yet, but typically champagne versus Prosecco, you could tell the difference without even tasting. I'm sorry, with tasting without even seeing the bottles.
There will definitely be there'll be a difference.
Cool.
Yes.
And let's see what it looks like.
So let's open it up. Yeah, pretty.
Yeah, it's really nice. I like it a lot.
So let's start first by looking at the color, right?
Okay.
We always do that. Pale yellow,
Yeah.
almost
almost
like
a
a
green to it, though.
greenish
Yeah, it has a
greenish
green hint to it,
tint to it. Look at the perlage, okay?
What is
It's
perlage?
just a string of pearls coming
yeah,
up, okay?
look,
Very
right there.
nice.
It's really
Okay,
beautiful.
tight little pearls.
And what makes the effervescence? I mean, how does that happen?
It's the secondary fermentation in the
Okay.
tank. I'll explain a little bit more
Okay,
in a
cool,
little
yeah, a
bit,
little
but let's take a little whiff. Okay,
Now, are you
so
getting a lot there or no?
yeah, you know what? So there's a little hint of like maybe a little bit of yeastiness, not very pronounced. I also detect a little bit of lemon zest.
This is ice cold.
Okay.
You did this right.
Yes.
I mean, you could tell
Yes.
the way it's kind of like fogging the glass up. It's so appetizing. I don't know if that's a word for drinks. But
Yeah, no.
This is just it looks
perfect.
so good, right?
Yeah, let's
Oh,
let's
yeah.
go for it.
Let's
I
go.
even sense a little creaminess to it. Let's do it. Oh yeah. So first of all, classic and traditional to Prosecco. It's got a nice foaminess to
I
it.
love this.
Right?
See, this to me is it's just so tasty.
Minerally,
Yep.
good acidity.
Yep.
There's definitely a little hint of apple in this.
Okay.
Okay, I taste a little lemon. There's like a little lemon rind, right? A little bitterness, a little vanilla, a little definitely citrus, but acid.
Yep.
So it's got a
But it
really
is balanced, though. I think that the vanilla
yeah.
does a great job of cutting that, because I think that what happens with champagne oftentimes is you're getting so much of that minerally kind of citrusy thing where it becomes half a glass and people really get turned off.
Right.
I actually like champagne. I really do enjoy it, but this to me is even more approachable. It's even more easily kind of ingested. I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
This wine is a humble wine.
Yep.
This is what
How much per bottle? Do you know?
$13.
Come on, $13.
$13 a bottle. You can't beat this. It's unpretentious. You could have it any time of year. You could
Little
have
Bellini
it.
action
You
in
could
the
have
summer.
it, and that's the other thing.
Brunch.
You beat me to my punch.
Yeah.
Take it easy, there, killer. So not only is this wine good on its own, but it's also a good foundation for a Bellini, a little fruit juice with it, right? A little nectar. And of course, a little Aperol to make
Aperol
the
spritz.
classic Aperol spritz.
Yeah, which is
So-
super Venetian. I mean, basically this wine is definitely good enough to drink on its own. I'm enjoying the hell out of this right now, but it's still inexpensive enough so you don't feel bad when you're putting it with a nectar or something like that.
No,
Which to me is it's an awesome. It's a great option to have in the fridge or having the wine cooler. I mean, at that price, how do you pass it up? Big value prop. So tell me a little bit more about this wine, a little bit more technical.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
So Prosecco is the wine is made from the Prosecco grape.
Okay.
Northeastern Italy. This is from the Veneto, but there's belief that these grapes originated in the Friuli region, which really northern Italy, almost Austria.
Okay.
And what's really neat about where these grapes are grown is that they're like I said, right in the Alps. Okay, that's where this is the home for these grapes. And these grapes spend their life basically in a spa, because you've got the winds from Belluno, from northern Italy, that sweep down. They meet up against the warmer winds from the Adriatic.
Meeting of climates.
Good drainage.
For complexity.
Beautiful area.
Yeah.
We should come back in our next life as a Prosecco grape.
It's a Prosecco grape. If we only had it so good.
I said before that this is a humble wine, and this wine really does have humble beginnings. This started off as a farmhouse wine. The northern Italians were picking overripe grapes at the end of the growing season, and they probably would crush the grapes and make the juice. And because it was already late in the season, that juice would start to ferment. But then, as the weather got colder, the fermentation would stop.
Okay.
Right. Then the spring comes, and the fermentation would begin again. So you'd have a resulting wine that had bubbles, but also had a little bit of residual sweetness. In the middle of the 1800s, Prosecco, like we know it today, became what it is. Okay. They introduced the process of secondary fermentation in tank.
Right. They
okay.
became more technological.
But that's why it's cheaper.
Really?
Okay, because
now it's approachable because they're actually, making it a system as opposed to...
They made it a system rather than doing the fermentation in the bottle, which costs a lot of money.
Sure it does. And now, we said we would drink it with if we were to mix it, but what are we priming ourselves for? Are you eating anything with this, or are you really just hanging out?
Cheese, mild cheeses,
cool.
Fish.
What kind of mild cheeses? What kind of milk? Anything?
Yeah, I mean anything that's on the mild scale. I don't know offhand like what kind of cheeses would go.
But
you know what? I would probably do maybe a nice a runny cheese. You know that's not too powerful.
If you're going to a cheese shop, to whether that's King's or whatever the hell you're going, you could say, "Hey, I'm drinking a cool Prosecco. I'd like something not too imposing, something a little mild." They really should be able to help you out with that. I mean,
100%. You could do a nice Gouda, maybe a little Jarlsberg, something that's mild in flavor. A lot of fish dishes would be great.
Okay.
You can do this. You could do this wine as an aperitif to begin a meal with an appetizer, and you could definitely have it with an entree.
Okay, so the question that everyone is always asking us, if this wine were a watch, which watch would it be?
Wow, that's a good question.
Right?
You know what?
I love this. It's his favorite part.
Let me think. You know what? What comes to mind right now? The Cartier Tank.
Why is that?
Well, because there's certain elegance. I think this wine has elegance, but in a very populist way. It's for the people.
Yeah, but everything that has effervescence, it really does have a regal kind of sense to it.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the tank thing.
Yeah.
But it's affordable.
Yeah, it's affordable. It's very affordable.
Tanks are not really that affordable.
No. Yeah.
So if you're bringing it down to the casual sense, what do you?
I'm gonna put probably a calf strap on it,
as opposed to like an exotic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I respect that. Actually, incorporating the straps into this gets a little bit more specific. Yeah, I think that a Cartier, has that refinement, which is totally beautiful, right? Where you can totally wear with a tuxedo any day of the week. But because this wine's $13, because you can mix it with a Bellini, because you can have a little bit of fun with it without being a total douche, it's not nose in the air, putting it on a calf strap might be a little bit of fun. I think that it does work.
Versatility,
and this is a versatile wine. I actually kind of want a Cartier Tank now. I just think it's so cool to take something so, I think like historically pompous and so historically Great Gatsby and 20s-esque and so out of the realm of affordability, right? Like champagne, Prosecco, and offer it at $13. A quality glass. I think that what's so off-putting about Prosecco and about champagne and about Cava is this like, I don't know, almost like historic, just off-putting feeling about it, because it is so expensive and it's so out there, and like I said, nose in the air. That I love the opposite of that. I love when things that should be the worst, as far as like annoying and douchey, are really just so approachable and delicious. I just really enjoy that.
So think about this. we're approaching the holiday seasons, right?
Yep.
And we buy a lot of sparkling wine. We tend to say, oh, champagne, champagne,
Yeah.
champagne. But this is a
we're on
wonderful
New
way
Year's
to
Eve,
acquaint
like-
yourself. Absolutely.
Come
You
on.
can do Prosecco.
You really could do
and
this New Year's Eve.
in lieu of champagne. And I am not here dissing champagne. We love champagne.
Right.
But this is a wonderful way.
Know
this
your options.
Know your options.
Know your options and explore it. And the truth is,
What a great bottle.
You'll know that this is a great bottle, and you've had it before, and you're gonna, you're gonna be proud to serve it at Fourth of not Fourth of July, at New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve celebration.
But the truth is, out of all the people there, who the hell's gonna even notice? They don't even know what they're drinking. People love to spend so much money on a bottle of champagne for New Year's Eve for 10 bottles for these people. Meanwhile, nobody even knows what they're drinking. You're half drunk. I mean, it's a disaster.
Yeah.
But to have something for $13 that's quality that you can drink, but that other people aren't really even going to question that it's Spanish or whether it's Italian or whatever the hell it is, it's a great option.
Yeah, it's a great option.
Cheers.
Wonderful way to get to know sparkling wine.
All right, we really enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching Liquor Run. Like I said, I'm really enjoying this wine. Show the label again.
Yes, Mionetto from
And this is accessible. Anyone can really get it.
widely accessible. There are
$13.
close to 1 million bottles produced out of Mionetto, which, by the way, they've been making Prosecco since the middle 1800s.
So it's not a bullshit brand. It's
No, not at all. Quality here.
Great. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching Liquor Run. Have a great weekend and pick up a bottle of Mionetto.
Salud.
Salud.